have Stan Ritz with us, and this is the Activities Guide of Maine. And Stan Ritz is here with us this morning, here to talk about this great guide, what it offers, and a little bit about it. Welcome, Stan. How are you?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Thanks for being here this morning.
Well, thanks for having us, and I want to say congratulations on your 30th anniversary.
Well, thank you so much.
Nadine and Andy.
Yeah, 30 years and still going strong. Yeah. Activities Guide of Maine. Tell us a little bit about that. This is comes out 3 times a year, correct?
Correct. It is. Well, there's a summer, fall, and then there's a winter, spring edition, and then we have a separate guide that's called Race Me, which has all our races and 5Ks, marathons, adventure races, things like that. And that one comes out just before the Boston Marathon in late March, early April. Mm-hmm. So this guide is something that offers a lot of different features. In this particular issue, tell us about some of the features that you have in there. In this one we have various articles. One is not your dog lover's guide to the slopes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so basically a lot of people are bringing their furry friends and to their ski vacations. They have dog-friendly lodging, a lot more prominent these days, a lot more kennels and grooming and doggy daycare, so you can actually drop them off on your way to the mountain, pick them up, and that way you get to spend evenings and nights with your dogs too. But you get to drop them off during the day, so why leave your best friends at home? Which is a great article. Gives some options with that around the state.
Is there a mention of narrow gauge in there?
No.
So, it's a dog-friendly place to go.
Yes, but yeah, so we're hoping to expand upon that. That's something that when we polled our readers, what they really wanted was dog-friendly activities.
Wow.
So we're going to really expand upon that and give more options for them.
Great, when you're booking lodging, that would be important.
Right, and outdoor adventure is, a lot of people bring their dogs too. So and that's cool. The next one we have in there is a brew guide. So we've added a Maine brew guide into all our publications. As most people know, it's a booming industry around the country, specifically in Maine as well. I mean, we've caught the eye of a lot of national beer representation. So we've got some really good beers going on. There's 64 breweries at last count in Maine. So basically, and they're all over. From the south to the north, east, west. There's a lot of great places.
Do you know if I think that we are very high in the per capita per breweries. I think that we have a lot for the population here.
Yep. And actually, it was just released that Portland was the #1 place has the highest per capita as far as breweries to people, because there's a lot. And then so that puts Maine #1 on the map for that demographic.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah. So but there's some really cool things that are people doing some really good brews out there. There's a bacon porter at Barreled Souls, like you mentioned them. Yeah. But there's a bacon porter that is one of my favorites.
How can it be bad?
I know. And there's a lot of smaller breweries like Tumbledown. You just had them on here. Yeah. They're doing some really great things, and they're getting their product out and around the area. Then you have the larger microbrews or craft beer like Sebago, doing some really great things. They've moved to cans now, so that's a really cool thing. And
for the active person.
Yep, exactly. Sure. So everyone likes to bring, like après anything is usually beer involved.
So we're pretty good at drinking it too.
Yeah, and then let's see, we have fat biking articles, and that's a really big thing that a lot of people are into. We're just getting into. They're very expensive, but there's a lot of places around that will rent fat bikes. And if we don't know what a fat bike is, it's one of those like an oversized mountain bike with big knobby tires, and they can really just float right on snow, taking them on lakes, snowmobile trails, and that's really growing around the state.
Sure
but there's lots of places you can rent them and just try it out. It's a good workout, great exercise, and a way to access some backcountry.
First in Line Sports down here in Kingfield, they do have some fat bike rentals, and hopefully that will spread even more, because they're a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. It's almost like they feel like you're on a motorcycle. They're just with the size of them and everything. But they're easy to ride.
Right. And you have some more features as well.
Yes. Well, and part of these we have as we go to different towns. Carabasset, High Peaks region, Bethel, Greenville, Moosehead Lake region. Each town has itineraries in there, so we've kind of taking the work out of guessing what to do when you go to an area. We have 2 types. one itinerary is like a go get 'em, a lot of activities. You hit the mountains, hit the snowmobile trails, ski trails, snowshoeing, get the most out of your time while you're in an area. And then we have more of a leisure itinerary, kind of a laid back, do the beer tour. You want to go to the restaurants. The eating is a big thing. Taking scenic drives is another one. But basically, there's a lot of museums, places to see. Kind of a little less intense, if you will. So we've had that for each one of them. But the Race Me, we actually put in a winter race part for the Race Me guide. So there's a couple of cool like snowshoe races in there. Down at Mount Abrams, they have a couple different events where they race on the trails. Actually running events too, put on by Baxter Outdoors, and yeah, so that's going to be expanding as well. But
sounds like you've got all the bases covered when it comes to activities, and having a race schedule is a really key thing, because that's something that's not posted everywhere. That's for sure.
No, especially in the winter,
Yeah,
and that's
for sure.
where it's heading.